Alright, welcome to the most extensive Mileena guide out there. This one is going to be about her cameo, specifically about Tremor. I am going to release a guide on most of her cameos that work with her, so if you have any requests, drop it down in the comments. This one is going to be about Tremor. Next, we're gonna cover other cameos like Kung Lao, Madame Bo, Striker, Scorpion, and so on and so forth. So, with that being said, we're going to go over her game plan and win condition. She is not a threat by herself. With Cameo, she tends to be a high risk, right? I'm going to either go for roll or go for some standing one into a mix-up. You know, your Sonya standing one into Sonya's Cameo, or standing one into Sonya's leg grab. Same with Madame Bo, and so on and so forth. She requires oftentimes to take a risk in order for her to get some sort of reward. So your cameo generally either increases the reward and or reduces the risk. So like for example, Farah, she reduces the risk because you can do roll and keep it safe with Farah and do whatever else, but the reward is not as high as say your Madame Bo or your Scorpion, right? Scorpion doesn't reduce the risk, but he increases the reward. You hit someone with a mix-up with Mileena into Scorpion's extension and you hit him for 45% on a single interaction, but Scorpion doesn't keep her safe. And so most cameos either increase your rewards and or reduce your risk. Very effectively, Tremor does this. Other cameos like Kung Lao, for example, they help her in neutral. Tremor does not, for the most part, help her in neutral. He increases the risk while reducing the rewards. This is her win condition. When Mileena has Tremor, she becomes a beast of a character because any interaction she can get into, she's gonna either be super safe, and in return, if you get hit, she's going to be able to blow you up, or if you block, she still keeps her turn. So she reduces her risk effectively and she increases her reward effectively. So your main game plan, your win condition, is having Tremor at a full bar, right? Ready for you to use one of your many approaching tools, whether it's roll, whether it's up kick, whether it's down telekick, whether it's just coming up and using her very, very good normals to come in and put some oppression, start some of her offensive attacks, you know, her low overhead mix-ups, her very, very high damaging combo starters into Tremor for a high reward, very low risk kind of game plan. While we're at it, let's talk about some of her setups. What are some of the things that are special about Tremor that Mileena as a character needs, right? What are some of the things that Tremor can do for her, and in what ways can she open up with Tremor? Starting with Aftershock, I just want to say this. Aftershock, generally people don't like sitting on Aftershock because they have to either it is not the gimmicky type. Aftershock is actually very good for Mileena because her main approach, standing one and standing 1-2. If standing 1-2 on the third hit is flawless block, which people have caught on to it, they're gonna punish Mileena, and Mileena has only generally two options after that. She can either go for a low side, which is risky, or go for an overhead, which is also risky. Now, if you notice, I have Mileena set up to counter poke with down one whenever there is a gap. If you have Aftershock, you can do stand 1-2 into forward cameo, spend half a cameo bar, and you are zero on block. And in the corner, you are in their face. And this is a really good spot for Mileena to be on. 1-2 into Aftershock, Forward cameo is a really good thing to sort of test the water. You don't want to overcommit, but you also want to be safe, do some chip damage. This is the way to go. And of course, if it hits for some reason, right? And we're gonna revisit this in the combo section. She gets a pop-up, she gets a good amount of damage just from being able to hit with Aftershock. 41%, 413 damage just for being able to hit on a string that's gonna end up on a safe ender. That is really good and really terrifying when you start thinking about risk, reward kinds of things. While in Aftershock, you also have to remember that by pressing the cameo, you're immediately going to switch to metallic. And on metallic, you have access to forward cameo, which is an incredible far-reaching mid that also is safe on block, on ambush, and it would allow you to combo off of it. So oftentimes, and we're gonna approach this on the tips section, you can do standing one into the low side, into metallic, and then confirm whether it hits or not. If it hits, you go into forward cameo metallic and get a full combo like that, a good 35%. And then if it doesn't hit, you can just keep onto metallic and use the forward cameo or switch back to Aftershock if you need it for a setup, which I'm going to show you in a moment. But just know that when you're in Aftershock, you are getting access to very safe pressure into, if they're already used to it, you can go into your mix-up and go into safe pressure if you need it to be. But just know that you can hit confirm, visibly see that the low side hits, and go into your metallic forward cameo. And I'm gonna show you some combos, some examples. I also like to, for people that like to poke a lot, I like to do standing one and just walk out of their range, dash out of their standing, of their down one. I do this a lot versus Sub-Zero, versus Mileena players as well, versus Astra when they do down threes. People who have really good poke tend to use them in close range, which is really good for Mileena because she can do things like this. Get a full combo, and then again, she gets 35% for this. So always make sure you are being aware of whether or not they're poking a lot, when they're trying to poke, and also train yourself to visibly see whether or not Tremor hit so that you can go into your full combo. Practice your VMBs because it's really important that you get 35% to 40% on each interaction that you hit. If you're not getting these, or if you're going for suboptimal combos, your Mileena is not going to be as threatening because now you're not getting as much reward for your interaction. So just make sure you are sharp on hit confirming the low side, as well as making sure you're going for the optimal combo in every interaction. Another piece of information on Aftershock is, while we're on the topic of switching over to metallic, right, and using her ambush cameo, you get really good oppressive setups from full screen. So while you're trying to wait for your cameo to recharge, you're on Aftershock, it recharge, you go bam, you bring out the metallic. Why? Because she has several setups. Like she can do metallic into the low, and that jails, meaning you cannot be punished because the low will hit while they're still on blockstone. Also, same thing happens with the overhead if you do it right. If you time it right, you should not be punished, just like that. So metallic Tremor allows you to be able to have that full screen presence, and that's going directly from Aftershock. And you can also do it from the other section from his Crystalline. But in order to do that, instead of pressing cameo, you have to press up. You have to press down cameo so that he switches down to metallic, and then it's still the same sort of game plan. So just keep that in mind, and we're gonna revisit those whenever we do the Crystalline section. But for now, going back to this metallic setup, she can get full combos from here it hits, she can go into a full combo. And again, you want to optimize these combos because you want to be a threat for at any point on any interaction. You want to make sure that they understand that they're gonna get hurt. And you can get a combo also from the low section, from the low rock throw. You just gotta lab it out, and whichever is not as extensive, but is still a really good, strong option. The last thing from Aftershock is you have access to his up special, which again, we're gonna revisit on his combos. If want to hit, instead of going to forward cameo, you're going to go into up cameo and take basically 41 to 42% off of their health bar. If I can just combo. But anyway, we're gonna revisit these after the combo section, and that way we can continue to be optimal on these interactions. If you want to be a threat, you want to be able to master this section, that right there. The quickest way or the best way is to make sure that the roll hits the opponent high enough so that she is closer. The reason your forward one or your jump one is whiffing is because of the height of the roll. And we're gonna again revisit what they look like on the combo section. So you wanna make sure this is as high as possible. Alright, Crystalline Tremor. This is her win condition. For the most part, you're gonna see Mileena players using Crystalline, and the reason for that is she doesn't get as much from Crystalline Tremor as a cameo because she gets a full screen, short range mid, right? That sends them back to full screen. She gets this, which is good for matchups where her 4-4 gets punished. So she can get more 4-4 into back 4 mix-ups like the Liu Kang or Johnny matchup, and she can throw in down ones without being afraid of getting hard full combo punished. So this is good. Don't get me wrong. She also has a throwable projectile that she can use from here. So it's good. It's good for her to have a mid projectile that goes for that. That's great. But she becomes a demon in the sense that she has access to both Aftershock and metallic conversion. So she can go metallic for the combo potential from full screen and projectile presence. She can go overhead or low and have full combos go from there. Or she can turn any of her hits into mix-ups that go into high damage, 45%, and we'll revisit those on the combo section. Or she can go into hit confirms that go into 45%. Either way, you are eating over 40% anytime she hits you with the Aftershock combos. And again, we're gonna revisit that on the combo section. Stay to the end so you can see how we can turn this into 40+% on every single hit. On top of that, she has hard to blockables from her or from either one of her overhead strings into full combos, right? There we go. She has hard to blockable from either one of her overhead strings. She also has from safe jump. She also has hard to blockable. Now, this is a very interesting thing. Normally, when you do the ambush from Aftershock, the low one, you're gonna get all 3 hits. But on the safe jump, when you jump, only 2 of those are gonna hit. There you go. You get 2 hits, which means you can go right into a grounded string. And for the most part, you either gonna want to go 2 forward 3-4 into meterless damage, right? Or you're gonna want to go 2-1 if you want to spend bar. And again, we're gonna revisit these in the combo section, but just know that when you end a combo on 3-4 and you're getting her safe jump and you do the Aftershock hard to blockable, you're only gonna get 2 hits, which means you can go into a grounded string. So just keep those in mind. Those are great options, and you definitely have to be able to lab that and optimize those. All right, so moving on to Metallic Tremor. Again, Metallic Tremor doesn't give her much other than just a couple of things. This doesn't gel. I have Mileena set to poke on any given gap. So as you can see, the first available frame is gonna be able to down poke and counter poke my down one. Actually, punish me for it with a down one of her own. But the important thing to know about Metallic Tremor are just a couple of them. First one, her she gets a full screen projectile, which is good, and this is really good to close out games. Overhead into low. The tighter you do it, the better. The closer they are on hit, just like that, it becomes a hard to blockable. It's really good to finish up a round. His forward cameo is +4 on block, so it's gonna be really good. Sometimes in neutral, if you think they're gonna do a wake up, particularly with things like the wake ups that have more range, like the Sub-Zero push and the Frost and everything else, and Darius as well, the spins. This is really good to sort of check for those, and it is active for a very long time. It's a really good. Although it says 1 frames, it is active for much longer. It hits for 1 frame, but the actual lava animation is the actual active frames. And then the next thing, the really good thing about Metallic is that he can go into, again, the same sort of Aftershock conversion. So those are not gonna go away. You still have very good portion of your demon side Mileena, which is where she is gonna get all of these. She also gets access to, of course, the crystalline armor. So again, if she's trying to contest the Liu Kang, the Johnnies of the world, this is gonna be how she's able to do it. She's gonna be able to absorb projectile with it, so that's nice. If she hits on the corner with, and again, this is more of a combo section, but good to know, if she hits the corner with Metallic, right, let's say she does the lava, she does get a combo from it. She does get either down 1 or standing 1 to connect. It's a very tight link on that close, but if you get a 1-2 to hit, and you don't really want to go into spending a full cameo to try to go into your Aftershock, though you should always, but for some reason, if you were trying to go for plus frames and they got hit somewhere along the initial hits of 1-2, you can go into 1-2 again into full combo. Oops. Gonna look something like that, and then you can get nearly 40% for it. So just know that if you were trying to go for plus frame, but your standing 1 actually hit, and you're not gonna be able to go into Aftershock, you will still get your 40% with Metallic Force cameo. Don't ever do the up cameo, not even on a read for Metallic, because it's not really going to help you in any way, shape, or form. Is not gonna get you good combos opportunity. You're better off just trying to stand 1 or up block a jump, and then use your Aftershock combos to be able to do a proper punish. So just keep those things in mind about each iteration of the Tremor cameo. The next part we're gonna move to is gonna be her tips and tricks, and lastly I'm gonna end with some combos showcase, so that we can all wrap this up in a way that you can enjoy and optimize this wonderful team. So tips and tricks. The biggest tip I can give you for Mileena is being able to hit confirm. That's right, hit confirm her low side. If you are able to do that, if you're able to hit confirm her low side, you are going to have a fantastic time as a Mileena player. If you're not able to do that yet, if you're not able to hit confirm, this is the best way that you're gonna be able to practice for it. Why is it not? Oh, there we go. This is the best way you're gonna be able to do this. You're going to set up your playback recording, your get up reversal to do a down one, right? So you're gonna click it, you're gonna select down one, get out of there. You're gonna go to custom block mode. You're gonna select it to random attack. Then you're gonna go to reversal mode and set it to recording. What this is gonna do is this is going to have Mileena automatically do a down one on the first available frame after she blocks a hit. So the way you will know you were successful is you're gonna do down one, you're gonna see punish on the corner because she was able to do it as quick as possible and punish your negative down one. Okay, so the way you're going to train this is you're going to do your low side. If it hits, you're gonna go into your full combo and you have to hit your combo, whatever combo choice. I'll show you what my route is. But if it is block, you have to not do your cameo. So you can train yourself to one, hit confirm and be optimal, but also hold off on your cameo meter. So like right there, it didn't hit, I didn't do it, that's a win. That's another win, I didn't do it. That's another win, I guess. Another win. Okay, hit right there. That's another win as long as I get my combo. So anyway, hit again. There we go. And now I just gotta finish it. Good. There, I didn't hit it. And make sure that you're able to do this 10 times. I failed there because I didn't hit confirm quick enough. There, I did it. Now I just gotta do the combo of my choosing so that I can always be optimal. There, I didn't do it. That's a win as well. So you can always make sure so that when you do sending one into side, you're able to hit confirm these every single time into whatever combo of your choice you have. This is mine. You can do whatever it is you like from that point on. Another tip for the whole Mileena matchup is while you're on the practice of doing your low size, also practice doing down 4 at max range into low side. And what this is gonna do for many people, their down one is gonna whiff, right? Their down one is gonna whiff because she gets pushed back. It just so happened that Mileena and Sub-Zero and Astra's down 3 can contest her down one on range. But this is a great thing because if it hits, you trade and you get a trade combo. If I can just do it, if I didn't suck. Just like that. And so now, Mileena, Astra, Sub-Zero, and whoever can contest that is going to be afraid to eat 45% because they try to down one. And so now, they're going to be either respecting the down 3 into side, or if they don't do it fast enough, they're going to get hit with the side, and then you're going to be able to get a full combo with Tremor. So you're gonna be able to do standing one, walk out of the range, and still get, you know, your combos and whatever else that you're wanting to do. So this is always a good option for you to keep in mind. Keep this in mind and optimize it. The next part I want to cover is going to be comboing from both her forward 4 and her back 4, low or overhead. And this will come in handy when you do your safe jump, right? And you want to go into your forward 4 right after the safe jump. This is a really good option. It's a really good option too after hitting standing one, or if you are on her demon side after hitting standing 2 and being plus 16, you can go for a 19 startup overhead or a 14 startup low, and this will become a 50-50. And Tremor allows her to combo from either option. Know that she is able to go into either the overhead combo extender, or she can go into the low combo extender. Either way, she's gonna get good damage from either side. So this is another tip that I want to make sure you keep in mind and you implement into your Mileena game plan. Because this is going to make or break how dangerous people see your Mileena to be. The last tip I want to share is being able to combo from her jump attacks. So oftentimes if you find an opponent that really loves to either down 2 or stand 1 your jumpings, or you have a Quan Chi that's preemptively doing stand 3 in the air, or you encountered a Sub-Zero player that when you jump in, hit that ice clone and you want to react to it, you do telekick, and make sure that you're able to confirm with Aftershock. If you're able to do this successfully, you're gonna be able to blow them up every time, or at least safely approach from a jump standpoint. And so this is gonna help your opponent respect your jumping games. And of course, you don't have to worry about up block. You don't have to worry about none of that because, well, Tremor's got you with his cameo. So make sure you are also practicing these and the confirms to those and everything else along the line. Now we're gonna visit her combo section.